Welcome back, comic collectors, diecast enthusiasts, Fast and Furious fans, to another episode of Kurt's Garage. All right, so it's a year ago I started this, and at the time I had every casting from every movie that Hot Wheels made for the Fast and Furious franchise. So I was all the way up to date. So it's a year later, and what I did was I wanted to match the actual Hot Wheels car to the actual car that was in the movie. I kind of explained that, like, if Hot Wheels had a 95 Mazda RX-7, what was the actual car in the movie? Well, the one in the movie was a Mazda RX-7 FD that Rasta was driving. Also, who was driving and what scene it might have been in. So that is what this is all about. And what I also did was had a list of all the cars that were in the movie that Hot Wheels had not released yet. And that's what kind of this is about, because Hot Wheels has now caught up with a few of the castings. So let's take a look and see where we're at. All right, we all know this one, 2013, the Toyota Supra. This is from the Hot Wheels Street Power. And of course, the car he drove in the movie was a 94 Toyota Supra. That would be Brian, the main star character of the movie. And of course, there's different variations of it. This one here has the PR5s. The other one had the 5 SPs. This is from the Fast and Furious. And that's a nice little detail on it. This is more realistic to the car in the movie, because I think the car in the movie had a silver spoiler, not a matching orange one. I believe it had a T-top because it was a convertible in one of the scenes. This is 2023. This has the MC5s. This came in a Fast and Furious 5-pack. So the first one had no light tampos on the front or the grill. Alright, up next we got the 2019, the Mazda RX-3. And it has the CB Real Rider 8 spoke wheels. This was from the Fast and Furious Rewind. And in the movie, it was actually an RX-7 FD that Dom drove. So this is, not sure why Hot Wheels made an RX-3 with those tampos, but it's got premium wheels, metal on metal. And here's something a little bit closer. This is the awesome 2019. It's a 95 Mazda RX-7 with the Real Rider MC wheels from the first original Fast and Furious. And of course, the Dom drove. And it's got the Real Rider 10-spoke wheels. Now, those don't look like the 10-spoke wheels. Those look more like the newer, not the LW wheels. They're something else, but they're not the 10-spoke wheels. That's a mistake. All right, next up, 2021 95 Mitsubishi Eclipse. This was the 10-second car that came rolled up on the truck, all rusted out, and that's the one that I want to get patinaed out and have a customizer patina, and so I can put it on that truck and back it in the driveway. I think I told you that they are 1/64 scale dioramas, like the little ones in the background here, but there are some 1/64 scales online. I'm going to pick a couple of those up so I can display these a lot better than being in a jammer. And let's see what else we got. Here's the 2020, the Custom Acura Integra sedan GSR. It's got the HK D27. This one's Fast and Furious Quick Shifters. And in the movie, it was an '03 Acura NSX, driven by Mia. This is when her and Brian went on that romantic drive where she was driving on that winding road. And let's see, this is 2019. This is a 95 Mazda RX-7, 5-spoke wheels, Fast and Furious series. And the movie was a Mazda RX-7 FD, driven by Rasta, which we've already said. Okay, then we got this one here. Is the from 2022, the Honda S2000 with the Road Rider 10-spoke, Fast and Furious Fleet. In the movie, it was an '02 Honda S2000, driven by Johnny Tran. Here's a 2019, the Nissan Skyline C210 with the GHH17 from the Fast and Furious Rewind. The movie was a Skyline GTR R33 driven by Leon. And Leon, that character was never to be seen again after the first episode. I wonder whatever happened to him. Took him right out. And here's a Hot Wheels. Did another casting. This one is the 2024 the Nissan Skyline GTR R33 with the Road Rider 10-spoke wheels. This came from the Fast and Furious Amazon 5-pack. Of course, driven by Leon. Nice detail. And of course you got the famous tuna sandwich stop. The 2020 Hot Wheels Ford F-150 SVT Lightning. And this one has a GHH, now what does it have on there? The RR Mags, the Motor City Muscle. Actually, I think I do have a different variation. Here's the variation. This one came from the Motor City Muscle. This one is from the 5-pack, I believe. So there's variation of the truck. And we got, we're almost done here, so well, we're only 9 minutes in, so doing pretty good. All right, let's see. 2024, the Burgundy Nissan Silvia S14. Has the Road Rider 6.5 PM wheels. This is also from the Fast and Furious Amazon 5-pack. The movie actually was a '97 Nissan 240SX. And that was driven by Letty. It's a nice color. And of course you got the Jetta, driven by Jesse. This was 2024 Volkswagen MK3. It came in the Amazon 5-pack as well. And I bought the 5-pack just to get this car because Loose, the original one, came out, was impossible to find. So I ended up buying the 5-pack, but there's other cars in it that I didn't have. Nick had Letty's car or that Leon's other variation. So that was cool. So glad to get that. Yeah, let's see here. You ever see Jesse? I don't know what the actor's name is, but he's on TikTok, and he's got all this merch that he sells and signs. He's pretty funny. All right, let's see. So this one here, also from 2024. So this also came in that 5-pack. And of course, this was Vince's car. And of course, the (2023) 70 Charger RT with 5-spoked wheels. This came in the 5-pack, and of course, in the movie, it was a 70 Charger RT, and we all know all about it. Don't need to further detail. It's kind of the star of the movie, the cars. And then we have this one here from 2020. This is the Nissan Silvia S14 with Wheel Rider 65 PM wheels from the Fast Turners. And it was just one of the racers. There was no name attached to it that I can find. And you had also this one here, which just came out. Now this was on the list of cars that were in the movie that Honda had not released. So they released this this year. This is the '94 Honda Civic Del Sol. This car was just kind of parked, kind of blocking the road at that very first race. There's no racer attached to it. And I thought I already had this. I'm sure I do. It's probably going to come up somewhere else. But this is the 2026 Hot Wheel for the 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS for the 25th anniversary. Wheel Rider 5-spoke wheels. In the movie, it was a 70 Chevelle SS 454, and it's at the end of the movie where the where the names and everything are going up, where he's driving through the desert in Baja, getting away after Brian let him go from the railroad tracks. So that's that one. Now, we got a few more. This was what I just showed you. Now, this wasn't part of the Fast and Furious collection, any series. This was in the movie, and that was the race between Brian and the guy in the Ferrari. You guys know that scene. He asked him how much it retails for, and the guy says something smart, and then you can afford Ferrari, and Dom tells him to smoke him, and they race down the Coast Highway. Brian ends up blowing him out of the water, and but this is a main line that you can get to add to your collection until maybe they do or don't release it. It's from 2009, and it came from a Ferrari 5-pack, so you have to buy it loose, but they're on eBay, and you can find them not too expensive if you want to have that car. All right, now just finds. Got the 93 Civic Honda Coupe from Fast and Furious. This is 2000 for this year. Or, yeah. This is the this is a car that the kind of opening scene where all those Hondas are hijacking that the semi trucks. And in the movie, they were 93 Honda Civic EJ1s. So basically the correct cars. This is also one that was not, they did not have that Honda just released. So we can mark that one off the Honda needs to make. Same with this one here. This was not made when I had it last year. The 96 Acura Integra GSR from the Silver Series. So we can get that off the this. Ended up making it. There we go. And this is the one Ja Rule was driving in. This is from 2025, 2026. WSS wheels, Silver Series. And in the movie, he was driving a 96 Acura Integra DC2. That was Edwin, was Ja Rule's character. So we got his car now. Oh, we might have, just might have every racer for that first race. The white 5-spoked wheels. And then one that I was always curious if they were going to release, and that's the Hector's Honda Civic. And this is what they call it yellow. It's got nice tampos all the way around. This is the one where he meets Brian and points out that's his car over there, that he wasn't racing it that night because he's saving it for the tour or something like that, some kind of pro circuit. And but yeah, they show him pointing it out, and I thought it was brown and had tampos on it in the movie, but I can't remember. That this is another one that Honda had not released when I first started this, and now they did. So it's a Honda Civic EG, and in the movie it was a 92 Honda Civic hatchback that Hector drove. So that's it. There's your Fast and Furious movie Hot Wheels cars versus actual cars update. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoying your Saturday. Peace out.